If you're following along with the Creep6 build and the tuning videos, you notice it's getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Now, for this video right here, it's getting overdrive gears and sharper turning. Take a look. For tighter turning, it's actually not hard to get with these things. Now, this does have the Vidavon knuckle right here, so that may make a little bit of a difference. But right here, you can take this off. Don't get too deep because this will create a weak area right here and you will break the axle, the C-hub off. I've been there and I've done it. So I'm going to trim this ever so slightly. Try to stay out of the tube area. And then we're going to trim a little bit right here. Now, also, I do want to point out with the stock hubs, to get really sharp turning, you actually have to trim on the insides over here, on the back side, back here. So, and if I do have to trim on that to get the turning that I'm after, which I'm going to try not to trim on that, we'll do that before I trim on this. Because again, you make that weak, it's going to break, and it's already a known weak point. Okay, so I believe I'm where I need to be. Took these off right here. I kind of touched that a little bit. Most of that came off with just an X-Acto knife. Now, certainly got some turn here. Definitely got some turn. Now, I did have to trim a little bit of the brass, and I trimmed right there where you guys can see. I also had to trim a little bit right here and here and here and here because this actually started hitting the C-hub, and it actually still does, but I've got quite a bit more turn now. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook the tie rod back up, reset the end points, and see what it's got now. Okay, so this is where we were. Look at all that. So I'll go ahead and get into the menu, which I'm already there. Let's see here. We're going to get right there. So I'm going to try to turn this up from 70. We're going to go on up to, oh gosh, I can get that in there. We're going up to 90. See where that gets us. Let's see. Oh yeah. Ooh, baby. Looking good. Let's go a little bit more. Let's see what happens here. Okay. See the servo moving? So we are at our limits. I'm going to back off a little bit. Go ahead and set the other tire, set the other end point, and then I'm putting the tires on. So this is where we're at right now. That's not bad, but we're going to make it better. All right, let's see what we've got. Now we're talking. Now it's time for the overdrive gears. Now I've got the milds right there. These are the wilds. I've tried these in 2 different vehicles and I took them out because, well, they were just a little bit too much. But with the Creep6, maybe they'll work out. I'd love for them to find a home. So I'm going to get these put into here, and I'm also going to take a few minutes to clean up my shave job on those. There's something that I see in the Facebook groups all the time, and it's with shaky steering. Whether it's CVDs or universal joints. CVDs, they may call them CVD constant velocity. They are not constant velocity. A true constant velocity is something like in your car. If you drive a 4-wheel drive truck with U-joints and you have it locked in and you're on pavement or something and you turn it, you'll feel it in the steering wheel. It's the same thing here. And watch this. See that? The sharper the angle, the more this is going to happen. You can oil them, you can do them whatever you want, but you're not going to just stop that. Now, the more weight you have in your tires, the more mass you have in there, the more profound it's going to be, especially on stands like this. I'm going to try to zoom in, get right over here so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. Watch the outer part of the U-joint, the stub axle.
See it speed up and slow down? See where the inner axle is rotating at the same speed? CVDs do this exact same thing as well. The faster you go, the worse it's going to get. Now, when you do mods like this, at maximum steering, you have to drive accordingly. You really don't ever want to throttle the heck out of it like this. If you throttle it like this, you're asking for breakage. I mean, just asking for breakage. Now, so adding steering like this does weaken your overall driveline strength, but you know, kind of at the steering angle. Like this is where it's weakest because of the angle. Straight on, you almost never really you can't really hurt it straight on by adjusting your steering because, well, you're going straight. But just wanted you guys to hopefully see this and actually see what happens to every truck out there when you turn it sharp. There you go. And it's time for the good old tire rotation test. Because, you know, we have to see these on every time we put overdrive in, right? Let's see here. Oh, wow, that wild is wild. This is kind of why I didn't like it in the Capra. It was a bit too much. Wow. Trying to catch it at the top on both of them. Close enough, we'll count that. For the turn, this rock is going to be open disc, this rock is going to be lock disc, and this one is going to have dig. Let's see what we can do. Just nice, easy. These discs are open, remember. Gentle. All right, to the inside tire right there. There we are. Let's see how that OD does. Open diffs. See if we can do this. Holy cow. This is where I just ended up. That's where it was with open diffs. Can you believe that? Wow. Now it's time for the locked rear disc. Let's see what we can do. Nice and slow. Creep on around. Just getting this thing balanced made a world of difference. Now those rear axles are definitely going to push it out a little bit. So we're going to call it right there. And there we have it. Rear diffs are locked. Let's see what we got now. A little bit further out, but still right here. That rock right there was where it went with the diffs locked. No overdrive. Wow. Now it's time to see that dig in action. I've added another rock. I've got to thinking about it. This is for open rear diffs. This is for locked rear diffs. Right now, we're actually going to, the diffs are still locked from the last turn, so there we go. Dig is engaged. There we are, right there. Rock is set. Locked up. Let's see what we've got here. That actually went a little bit tighter for some reason. Huh. All right. Now it's time to set that last rock. Open diffs. Let's see what we can do here. It looks like it's a tiny bit further, maybe 1/4 of an inch, if that. So I guess I'll just stack that one right there with it. Let's see if it makes a difference with the dig. Open diffs. Shouldn't really make a difference. Nah, Same thing on that. This part here kind of leaves open a little bit of, did I choose the right line or whatever, but I do want to see if having the overdrive can give me more control to get this left side, which is by far the hardest way across this. So, and I know the line I've got to take, and I don't think I'm quite gonna get, well, maybe I might get it. Looks like I'm gonna get it. I basically chose the correct line on the first try. This is just gonna be a little bit of a bump. Woo! That was a close one. That would have been a horrible crash. Well, let's see if the overdrive is gonna make a difference here. Sometimes when you get a lot of overdrive, your tires slide more than they actually hook up. You can see the front kind of looking like it's digging a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely digging. Let's see if I can get this to climb up onto here. Looks like it's gonna make the climb with ease. All right. So far, I'm impressed with the wild overdrive in this. Now we just get to drive around a little bit and get more of a feel for this. One thing about running so much overdrive is you kind of listen to see if the diffs or see how much drag it's got. Doesn't really seem to have a whole lot of drag to it, but you can tell it's not as free. But anyway, I think for competition, maybe these wild gears have finally found a home. All right, now we're just simply going to creep around a little bit. Now, the overdrive and the sharpness of the steering is really going to change things up, I think, because it just really turns now. And the way it turns so sharp is pretty darn amazing. And then I've got, you know, obviously the dig factor. All right, so we're gonna get right up here, right here. Boom, there we go. Now let's drop into the nasty. Let's see what we've got here. I don't know if my overdrive is gonna be a benefit on this or not. I'm pretty sure the steering is gonna be a benefit. Let's try some dig action. Ooh. So, as we all pretty much knew, with the increased steering, dig is that much more impressive. Where am I at here? I'm actually climbing on that. Gotta watch it because that'll put me right over. Now we're going to end up right over here, which, let's see where we go. Alright, that was a piece of cake right there. Now usually I have to unlock the diffs at this point right here because, well, you know, I get all up off the course, but that was a piece of cake with the added steering. And really it seemed to be doing just fine with those big gears. Those high, wow, look at that, I turned all the way up on that. This thing is even more impressive. Wow. So for the Creep6, the nasty is just not a challenge. I mean, it's really not. Look at that. I've never had a truck just walk through it like that. I didn't even hit reverse, I don't think. Now, of course, we got the climb time. This is my most consistent truck at getting climb time. So we'll see if I can continue that consistency. Now maybe the overdrive up front is going to hook and really give me a good pull up on this, which it looks like it will. Wow. We're going to try climb time again, only straight up. Going straight up, I think it's only been done by one time, and that was really a real lucky bounce. So I've already got to bounce it. Whoa! Wow! You gotta be kidding me! That never happens on camera. I gotta try it again. Okay, here's that second run. I've got to confirm that particular climb. That was amazing. Oh, okay, maybe I just need to give it a little bit more throttle here. Let's see what we got. I'm getting a little trigger happy here. Wow. Wow. Okay, so it's plainly obvious. This is my best climbing truck. I mean, there's just nothing else I have that can top this. Let's see if we can go up the left side of fall time. This is awesome. Whoa. Wow. Nothing I have can compete with this. Guys, I just done something that I did not believe. Man, how am I going to get this on the angle? All right, let's see if I can get this just right here. Now my tires are slightly drifting a little bit. You can see everything is just really loaded. Wow. Hopefully I don't roll it this time, because I actually cleared this just a few minutes ago. Get that tire to set down right there. So far, this thing is proving to be amazing. Now, maybe this is what everybody's talking about. Having the overdrive is actually legit digging and pulling. That is pretty darn nice right there. Show you guys. This thing, this thing is amazing. Wow.
Guys, this thing has turned into a huge monster crawl beast. Love this thing. I want to give a huge thanks to Mike Place and Frank Fields for building theirs. Had they not built theirs, I wouldn't have done this. But yeah, huge thanks to those guys. Thank you guys for watching. I've been noticing you guys have been using the affiliate links. Thank you so much. It really helps out more than you can imagine, believe me. It's pennies on the dollar, but they add up. In that description, there will be more affiliate links for everything on the truck. There is pretty much nothing special on here. You can totally build this truck yourself. So it's all simple. As far as finishing the truck, I'm almost there. I do need to pick up 2 more sets of these Proline shocks. That way I can shock the back of it. And at that point, I think this thing will be done. I don't know that there's anything else I can do with it. The tires, they're working out perfectly. The 2300 kV axe got plenty of juice. Really happy with the overdrive gears and the portals. Wasn't sure if the wild gears were going to be too much or not. They seem to be perfect for this thing right here. That turn, that turn was amazing. being able to go up the face of climb time twice. That's amazing. Oh, well, I'm happy with this thing. I am really happy with it. In that description are those affiliate links for AMain, Amazon, eBay, Red Cat, Walmart. Use those links to check out or purchase whatever you see on here. It's all down there. Guys, hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully you got to watch all the way to the end, because this is a long one. And make sure you're subscribed, and thank you all for watching.
If you guys like what you see, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. If you really like what you see, consider clicking on that join button down below. With that, you can actually become a channel member. Members get early viewing of many of the videos and, you know, a little bit more personalized. Guys, thank you all for watching.